Hey, Miguel Arati back here on the Cage Rage podcast, and we're into a wage rage for Saturday's boxing. We're looking at April 13th here, and Fox Sports 1 is going to be working with the Premier Boxing Champions, bringing you a card live from the Armory in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A little shout out to Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota. A lot of boxing this year, and that's good to see that they're becoming a nice venue, and a venue that's getting repeated on TV and stuff. So this is not the first time we're visiting the great state of Minnesota for fights. And we got 3 odds for 3 of the fights. Obviously, the Premier Boxing Champions going back in Minnesota with a live card. It has about 10, 11 fights on it. And 3 of them are getting attention at the books right now. The main event, obviously, 10 rounds. No titles, just bragging rights here, basically. But solid fights. 10 rounds of super middleweight action. We got Caleb Truax and Peter Quillin. Both guys looking to bounce back in their own way. Quillin, obviously, since 2015 when he got knocked out by Daniel Jacobs in the first round, he's been inactive. He's been 2-0 since then. But this is his first real high-level return back. He is favored, but at the same time, there may be some caution there because you want to take a look at Peter Quillin at a high level. It's been so long that, you may want to hold back. Now, Caleb Truax, a real veteran. The bottom line with Truax, at 34-2, a lot of people, have written him off in the past and stuff. But he is coming off a pair of fights with James DeGale where he briefly held the world title, an IBF world title there. And you got to take your hats off to Caleb Truax. He's still, operating at a high level and, trying in terms of, to stay at a high level and fight, for world titles. So a win in this fight over Quillin will put Truax back in the conversation for a potential title fight against one of the champions at 168 pounds. So definitely an interesting fight. And like I said, Caleb, at this point at plus 175, so it's not, the widest odds in the world there. Some money may come in on Truax. We'll look at this, obviously, after the weigh-ins on fight day and see how the odds are going to close out. In support, you got middleweight action, Jack Culcay and Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Both guys also, same thing here, Derevyanchenko, minus 1,300 favorite. He's coming off a loss, however, so we will see in Culcay. To me, Culcay is a solid veteran from the German scene, rather. And in terms of losses, he took a couple of losses in 2017. I want to focus on a split decision with Demetrius Andre. Andre considered, one of the top-level operators in these weight classes. That was down at 154 pounds. But a split decision with Demetrius Andre at home. Here he's going to be on the road. And he took a loss his last time in the United States, also back in 2017. So Culcay, one of those guys that if he can win here, he's going to, assure himself some work on the world level scene. But he's got a tough task here because Derevyanchenko, coming off his loss, he's going to want to bounce back. So we'll see. He split decision loss to Daniel Jacobs. He's got to be looking at Jacobs in a big money fight with Canelo Alvarez coming up here soon, with a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of feeling of that could have been me. So Derevyanchenko, obviously likely to come in hungry on Saturday here to face Culcay. And the last of the fights on getting attention on the books here, also 10 rounds. This is Chris Colbert's first 10-round bout, and that may be, the reason to watch it. Colbert undefeated thus far at 10-0. And he looks like a rising potential fighter here in the lightweight division. He's facing veteran Mario Briones. Briones bringing a ton of experience to the fight in terms of, his operating record heading into Saturday's fight is 29-8-2. So he's closing in on fight. He's over 40 fights, actually. Like I said, Colbert 10-0. But Colbert, a big favorite, southpaw, a lot of talent, and they expect him to put it together here. He's at minus 4,000, so he should be showcasing his skills against the veteran Briones. I'm Miguel Arati for the CRP. That's the first look at the odds for this Saturday. The Premier Boxing Champions on Fox Sports 1. We'll be back later in the week for a final odds review after the weigh-ins.